As a working-class member of society, I have been exposed to the never-ending hassles of keeping up with a daily routine. It's nothing short of overwhelming, and sometimes the word insanity doesn't even cover it. As many of us know, society demands much more of us than we can handle. Between keeping up with the high costs of living, taking care of your kids, and finding time to sleep and unwind, adding anything else to your schedule seems near impossible. Whether people believe it or not, incorporating a few extra minutes into your schedule for exercise can be both physically and mentally benefiting. According to the CDC, functional limitation is described as the loss of the ability to do everyday activities. For many, these activities might include going to school, going to work, completing an assignment, budgeting household expenses, and keeping up with your kids. Through personal research, I have found that the benefits of physical exercise are nothing short of endless. Today, I will share with you the benefits that healthcare experts, as well as myself, have found through incorporating physical exercise into their everyday routine. The United States Department of Agriculture suggests that the average adult should incorporate at least 2.5 hours of exercise per week. This might sound like a lot, but it's really not. It's time that is more than manageable. Let's begin by looking at the two different types of exercise and the benefits that come with them. The first type of exercise that I'd like to talk about is called aerobic exercise. As defined by Mosby's Pocket Dictionary, aerobic exercise is any exercise that requires additional effort by the heart and lungs to meet the skeletal muscles' needs for oxygen supply. Benefits of aerobic exercise, according to the findings at Georgia State University, include raises in levels of HDL, which is known as good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and heart rate readings, and better control over BMI, or body mass index. In layman's terms, your body weight. It's also beneficial in the resistance of insulin and preventing it. Insulin is the chemical that helps tolerate glucose in your system, glucose otherwise known as sugar in your blood. In other words, you will weigh less, have less body fat, and decrease your risk for heart attack and diabetes. Examples of aerobic exercises might include swimming, short distance walking and jogging, and dancing. As with anything, unfortunately, there are some downfalls to aerobic exercises. Muscle cramps might happen while performing these exercises, especially if you're not used to doing them or experiencing overexertion. Unfortunately, although these may occur, they're usually very short-lived and very avoidable. If you perform pre-muscle stretches such as touching your toes, reaching for the sky, or bobbing your neck back and forth, you'll find that you can avoid these pains. It's also important to remember to keep yourself properly hydrated, which is where cramps can come in as well. Drinking water too fast, if you do have an adequate water supply, does not benefit one as one may think. Drink it slow, and make sure you drink enough before, during, and after your exercises. When you look at the pros and cons of aerobic exercises, you'll find that the good obviously outweighs the bad. The second type of exercise I'd like to talk about is called anaerobic exercise. Again, as defined by the Mosby's Pocket Dictionary, anaerobic exercise is any short duration exercise that is powered by metabolic pathways, and they also do not use oxygen. Today's Women in Health lists increased muscle and bone strength as some of the benefits of anaerobic exercises. Of course, just like the previous exercises, aerobic that I mentioned, there are a couple of downfalls. Downfalls of anaerobic exercises include overexertion, not being properly hydrated can also be an issue as well. Although you might find that you want to do an extra 20 sit-ups, or an extra 10 push-ups, or run that extra mile, overexertion is never a good thing. Some examples of exercises for anaerobic purposes, what I just mentioned: jogging, weightlifting, sit-ups, and pull-ups. Of course, keep in mind, as we're all told as young children, too much of anything is never a good thing. Another issue that people encounter while trying to perform anaerobic exercises is that of an improper setting. I speak from personal experience with this, actually. While performing sit-ups and push-ups on a hardwood floor, I had experienced much pain in my shoulders and hips due to them pressing in that hard surface. As a result, I purchased this blue yoga mat made of a memory foam. Not only did my pain alleviate, but my sit-ups performed better and more effectively. Having the proper equipment and setting can mean the difference between increased strength and bone and muscle issues. Next, we'll look at the mental health benefits of regular physical exercise. Although physical exercise is primarily thought of as having only physical benefits, this isn't true. The mental benefits are substantial as well. According to Dr. Ashish Sharma and Dr. Frederick Petty of the Primary Care Companion to the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry, exercise can improve your mental health through reducing anxiety, improving your mood, alleviating depression, and bringing up your self-esteem, and having better cognitive function. By alleviating the conditions of these symptoms, one will find that they are able to sail through their hectic day with greater ease. When looking back at the physical benefits of exercise, we can find that the mental health and the physical health coincide with one another. Obesity has been a proclaimed epidemic for decades and does not do the self-justice that one would like it to. Although you might be looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, "I'm fat, I'm overweight, it's time to change," it might be hard for you to do this. Finding the motivation can be one of the most excruciating things in the world. But once these exercises are begun and one experiences the fat-burning benefits of physical activity, it's a surefire way to give you the extra confidence and energy you need to make it through your hectic days of unstable scheduling. Being able to rid yourself of any excess body fat and being able to stretch your arms and legs and maneuver your body in the ways that you need them to, whether at your job, at home, with your kids, will lessen your exhaustion, lessen your pain, especially for tasks that are extremely physically demanding. My own personal experiences have proven this to be true. For the past 2 months, I have been treating myself to anaerobic exercises, primarily those consisting of push-ups and sit-ups. By taking at least 10 minutes out of my day every day to do these, plus my pre-muscle stretches, a short set of sit-ups and push-ups has been just the remedy that I need. I have noticed improvements in my stamina, sleep quality, and my stress levels. I notice myself becoming a happier person every day. Reflecting back upon this presentation, we find that the benefits of exercise seem endless. Both aerobic and anaerobic exercise are essential for proper body health and maintaining of overall mental and physical function. Despite the hectic nature of everyday life, the essential qualities do not dissipate, and they will make you better. Through maintaining consistent weekly efforts to perform small exercises, the daily hassles will seem to only lessen into small stressors. Instead of viewing these exercises as a necessary evil, try and view them as a leisure. Instead of thinking to yourself, "Oh great, it's time to exercise," try having the attitude of, "Yes, finally, it's time to exercise." View it as a relaxation technique instead of a chore. And remember, even if you exercise for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or even if you can only get a 2-minute stretch in, every little bit will count